up back there?
Jay Brown Harvey.
Yeah. Is he the next one up in your opinion?
We'll see. He's got a lot of work to do, but that's, as me being the OG role, I got to show him the way a little bit. So
since we're talking about that, what about Tyler?
Tyler, he's got same thing. Just got to work into his role a little bit. He's got a lot of work to do, but both of them have their special abilities which we can hone on. But it's just like right now, the young Bulls still trying to learn the defense and their responsibilities, because it is a big step from being the big guy on your high school and then trying to learn the technical steps in the college. So just right now, that's what we're trying to get them into right now, and also working the mental as well when it comes down to the playbook and what their responsibilities are.
Kaimon, just that example right there, you could have opted out of this game. You probably got a future to think about, and you're not only playing, staying, you're coaching up guys. Where does that come from?
Just want to give back, man. Just like, first of all, like you said, I could have opted out, but, I'm committed to this team. I just want to help my boys win. I've been here since day one, and I just love these boys a lot. So, not bashing the boys that left, because I want them to be the most successful people they can be. So hats off to them boys. I want them to have a great future, and God be with them through every step of the way. But for me right now, it's just as much as coaching these boys, man, there's so much that I can learn as well, even in these next 2 weeks. So just stay back, teach the young boys, and then, of course, learn some things on my own so I can be a better player than I was this past year and will be.
I'm sure the NC State loss didn't sit well with you either. How's that kind of burning inside you in this team?
That was definitely not a great display of who we are. But, the past is in the past. We got to let it go. We're on a new opponent now. We're blessed to be in this bowl game opportunity. There's a lot of teams in the nation that don't have the opportunity that we do, so we also have to keep that in mind as well, even though we didn't end the season that we wanted to. But, it hurts, but it is what it is. They had a good squad, regardless of how many running backs they had, or how many guys they were considering transferring and things of that nature. But we're in the same boat too. We put pants on the same way that they do. So, what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they played better than us, and now we're on to the next opponent. But the great thing about it, we'll play them again next year. So.
We did assume that you'll be back next year. You'll take the COVID year?
Yeah, I'll take the COVID year. I'm considering my 5th right now, but right now, I have a lot of options. I'm still surveying those options, but I am leaning heavily towards the 5th right now. But anything can change, so we're just gonna keep it at that right now. I'm focused on the next one.
Asking, can you tell us what that process is, what you'll go through as far as making that decision? I know you're probably getting information back from the league and stuff.
Mm-hmm. There's not really anything in logistic that I can go into right now. It's just like right now, just me and my family and just a lot of other different factors. We're just trying to decide what's the best future for me right now. So, but in the terms of those decisions right now, I'm just glad to be back out here, focusing on West Virginia, stuff like that. So can't really go into everything that has to go into it right now, but just know that I'm committed to finishing out this year for sure.
Was this a unique thing that you coaching someone up, or do you kind of work with someone else every single time after practice?
It's just one of those things where I always get my own work done, but it's just I know one of the guys, he was just like, I gotta go host a recruit, because there's a lot of guys that's coming in and out of this place, so he had to go dip off, and so he left me to coach him up and stuff like that, and some stuff that I want to get better on in my own rights, but he wanted to also learn them as well. So it's not really somebody that I just handpick. I'm like, listen, you need work. It's just one of those things where it's just if you want to get some work with me, and I'll be more than willing to help you out.
So this wasn't the first time, and you'll probably do it a couple more times.
Yeah.
For you, what was the mental recalibration like going off of obviously state game, then you taking finals, now you're preparing for West Virginia. What was that whole, kind of process like mentally, just kind of getting from thing to thing?
I gotta get my butt home. that was really the mental process, if you want me to be honest with you. It's just once I got these finals out the way, had to finally got them redid on the date, so it was just I ended up taking 3 in one day. So I ended up, so I was very committed on going back home, but that was really just for me, it was just the second that we got done with NC State, we had our meetings and stuff like that, I was just it's time for me to take this break. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that we didn't make it to the ACC championship, because I know there's a lot of guys just as much as us that would love to be in that position. But, while we're not, I'll take this time to heal up, rest my body, rest my mental, get myself back together, spend time with family while I have it, and, then once we get back, like we are right now, to focus on West Virginia.
He took 3 in one day. So was it like 8, 12, 4? Is that how they?
Dang, how'd you know?
I used to go there.
Yeah, well, hey, there you go. 8, 12, 4. That's exactly how it went. But there was another one I ended up getting it finished early, so I ended up taking it at 1:30.
How many games did you?
Yeah, really.
I was definitely tired. I didn't eat breakfast that morning neither, so I was really like going through it a little bit. But hey, we ended up getting it done.
What 3 courses were there?
There were Psych 250, which is development of psychology, and then another one was the stereotyping in psychology, and then the other one was a comm class. It's like acting with poetry. So yeah, I ended up getting all those knocked out. It was really the morning when that got me. The acting part wasn't hard. It was just the other ones.
How many days did you get back at home?
I ended up getting about 4 days. Oh yeah, that was more than enough time for me, honestly. Smooth little weekend with my parents and stuff like that. So I'm glad I ended up having to go back home, spend some time with them. Oh yeah, I ate some good food for sure. You know what I'm saying? Can't go back home and not do that.
When you were there, Kaimon, did you sort of take stock of what you had done this season? And I mean, because obviously a great individual year for you. Like, what did you think about in terms of football when you were at home? And was that sort of like just assessing what you have done and where you want to go?
I did a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like when I usually go back home, I try to like not associate myself with football as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I did look back and just realize like, you know, like I had a relatively good season, you know, second team honors, stuff like that. So, you know, of course I would love to have been higher, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't make the decisions, but I did a little bit, and I talked to my dad about it, and you know, I was just proud of it. But the way that they raised me, man, I just stay humble with it, and just keep on working towards my goals and things of that nature. So I didn't really talk about it too much, but it definitely was like when you kind of like take a deep breath and sit back and you're like, dang, like, you know, I did a good job this year, but you know, we got one more game, so hopefully I can do better in this game.
What's it like going against Connor in practice?
Connor, man, he's a very dynamic quarterback, man. He's very shifty. He knows how to. He does well with his legs just as much as he does throwing the ball. So this is a great opportunity for Connor, and just for me to continuously go against him at practice every week, man. It's just gonna. I'm proud of him, honestly. He's just got this opportunity. I know he's gonna work at it, keep his head down, keep working, learn all the plays that he needs so he can be in the best position possible to succeed. But just going against him, man, he's a dog. He's a competitor. He loves to win. He loves to compete. So I know he's going to show that on the 27th, and I just can't wait to see him have a great game.
You're glad he's on your team, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm glad he's on my team.
Speaking of opportunity, how ready is Amari for his opportunity?
Okay, Amari Campbell?
Yeah.
I was about to say, we got too many Amaris. But AC, nah, he's ready for sure. And I know that y'all, just as much as we've seen it, y'all seen his glimpses throughout the year when he got the opportunity to get in the game. And I don't feel like there's going to be a step backwards, you know, as much as it is to have a hole that said Phil when he was here. But, you know what I'm saying, it's always the next guy up when guys like him are fortunate to make the decision to move to the next level. But I don't feel like we're going to skip a beat. I feel like AC, he's physical. He knows what he's doing, and still having power as his OG, trying to show him the way of learning the position that he's going to be in. I feel like he's going to do good, man. I'm excited for his opportunity as well, just as much as Connor. So I'm excited to have both of those guys out there. It's going to be a show.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Along those lines, like without Miles, Huzzy's out.
Miles is playing.
Oh, that's right. Miles is playing. Thanks for correcting me. Okay, my bad.
No,
without Huzzy and some of the guys you won't have, how do you think collectively this defense looks going into a bowl game, you know, without some of the dudes who have been there throughout the season?
I feel like that's the benefits of having practice out here, because you know you got a lot of guys who's not going to be here offensively and defensively. But for the guys that you name, you know, those are pretty heavy guys that we need on our side. But that's the benefits of having practice out here, so we can kind of get everybody on board, get everybody on the same page, understanding is like whatever mistakes that you're making at practice, so we don't make them on game day, stuff like that. But like I said, kind of the same thing with AC is it's the next guy up situation. So if we ain't got enough guys, we got to have somebody to step in and make plays. And I think one of the guys is Caleb Cost, that's stepping in a really big role. I'm excited for him. He's going to have a great opportunity as well. He's a dog. He's been showing glimpses of how good he can be at practice and Skelly and Indy and team and stuff like that. So this is a great opportunity for him. I know he's going to seize a moment on this one too.
Got him at star then, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, how different has it been with said not being here? Obviously, nothing against the people that are here, but I mean, the presence that he's kind of had as, you know, a mainstay, and obviously he's a very vocal guy. Like, how different is it not having him, you know, just kind of around the team?
I love him, but it's not as loud, you know. But nah, all jokes aside. But I mean, like, it's just like, you know when he's out here, you know, like you said, he's very vocal. He's a very emotional leader. So he definitely has his way of making his presence known out here at practice. It was a little different because I know him and Power have a little like a pre-stretch thing where he calls out his number and vice versa, and that didn't happen today. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. But at the same time, you know, it's hard to replicate what he did while he was here, but I'm not doubting any of the guys that we have in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Seth has done wonders here at UNC, and like I said, I'm glad he has the opportunity to go to the next level, and I know he's going to do his thing at the Combine and the Senior Bowl and stuff like that. So for him to not be here, it does kind of suck a little bit, but, you know, we got some guys that's going to step up in that role and ball out just like he did. So
we talked to JJ a few minutes ago, and he acknowledged that 2 years ago there wasn't really any juice going into the Mayo Bowl. But he said he senses that there is juice now. Are you sensing that as well?
Oh yeah, I agree with it. I feel like we're going into a different mindset. I know, it was my sophomore year, yeah. So my sophomore year, that was just, we didn't have enough juice. I know COVID played a factor into it as well, because there was a lot of teams around the nation that was having games canceled because of COVID and stuff like that. So I know that it was just like COVID played into an effect with not only their team but our team as well. But I feel like we're a more mature team now, and I feel like we're going to be ready to play this go around, regardless of the guys that are missing. So I feel like we definitely got a lot more juice. As you can see at practice, we were flying around. We understood a lot more of our assignments. I feel like Coach Shiz has done a great job of just explaining the defense to us, not installing too much and not overcooking the things that we've done in the past. So I feel like we definitely got a lot more juice going into this game for sure.
You want to see Mac take a Mayo bath?
Huh?
You want to see Mac take a Mayo bath?
I want to see if I can dump it.
So if he's taking the Mayo bath, you're going to dump it?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll take a little extra one and just right there, you know what I'm saying? So
You like Mayo?
not too much. I ain't gonna lie. The sophomore year in Duke's Mayo Bowl, I kind of my want for Mayo went down. Not gonna lie, but I don't mind it too much.
Kaimon, that Sunday when the bowl games were coming out, it seemed like it was a very long wait for you guys to find out where you're headed. I mean, what was that like for you? As you know, teams are going different places, and the uncertainty of it all with the ACC's assignments. Like, what was that like?
Honestly, I was just like, I mean, when we gonna find out? You know what I'm saying? And I know Jeremy, he usually sends us our stuff. It's just like, yeah, guys, we're gonna go to this bowl. And I'm like, it's about like Sunday pass, Monday pass, Tuesday pass. I'm like, are we going to a bowl or not? Like, I'm trying to figure out what bowl we going to. But I mean, I feel like even with that anticipation, I feel like that's also the exciting part of it, because it's like you don't know where you're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? There's so many places across the nation that you can go, because like you can go to New York, you can go to Texas, you can go to Cali, you can go to Florida. Like there's no telling where you could go. So I feel like that was not really a stressful part, but I feel like that was an exciting part for me, because you'll never know where you're gonna go, and I was hoping to go somewhere new. But you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. We'll play what we got, and you know, that was kind of like, that was my thought process. I was just really trying to figure out where we're gonna go.
Yeah, we were too.
What have you learned about West Virginia so far? Power mentioned their ability to run the ball. But when you kind of studied up on them a little bit, what stuck out to you?
I mean, he touched on it too. They have the ability to run the ball, and they also have the ability to protect their quarterback. They use their tight ends a lot of play action. They like to get a lot of their guys involved, and I think they were third in FBS when it comes to sacks allowed. I think they allowed 9. So that just shows, like, when they run play action, 7-man protection, they have the ability to block. So that's their strengths. But I feel like they got a really solid team. They got their quarterback that's really shifty. He knows how to manage the game well. And they got 2 powerful backs. One's a freshman All-American. Another one had the Big 12 honorable mention. So they got some great dynamic guys on that squad. And you know, I feel like it's going to be a great game for us. It's going to be a very big challenge for us, because I know one of the biggest things for us is to stop and run. So this is a really good challenge to own up to that mantra.
We're good? Thanks, Kaimon.
Thank you.